Stuart is surprised to learn about a family linked to Wales.
Um, well, my cousin, our family is very small. You could get us in a phone box. And the only cousin I really have anything to do with lives in an area of the UK called the Cotswolds, which is a very prestigious area. She lives only on the outskirts of it, but even so, being down by the Cotswolds is quite a prestigious thing. And but basically, she was sort of like my sister that I never had, which I didn't quite work out why that was. But I found out a bit more about my parents and her parents and whatever. But her father's Welsh, my Uncle Bill. And she did a DNA test about 12 months to 2 years ago. And she sort of got in touch with me over something else, and we were chatting on the phone. And she said, I always knew that I'd be 50% Welsh, obviously, because I'm a dad. She said, but when my DNA came back, I was 3/4 Welsh, which means that her mother is partially Welsh, and her mother was my grandmother's sister. So, unfortunately or fortunately, I was intrigued then that I might have some Welsh blood in me somewhere. So I was on the computer and good old Ancestry.com cropped up, and I'd already been doing some of the family history a few years ago and then let the membership lapse, and they did the usual, good deal. If you buy the DNA kit, you can have the family history premium, which is worldwide, for £1 for 3 months. So for doing the DNA and having this 3-month period with the family history, which I'm doing again now, it was only sort of £50 or, sort of $60 type thing. Well, it was just too good to miss. So I sent my DNA off. They sent me a little email to say they'd received it. I had a little email a couple of days ago to say they've now started to process it. So when we speak again, I might have had it back by then, and I'll let you know what it came up with. But I'm just here in front. I've got these little bits of paper with, I don't know whether you can see any of that, but that's got all my fathers and grandfathers and all that. And say I've gone back to the 1600s, about 1690 I've got back to so far. Trouble is, they're all called the same name. They were very imaginative in our family. So my grandfather was called the same as his father. So he's got the same name as my great-grandfather. And then they changed the name. I think we got an Henry that turned up. Oh, and a Joseph. We got a Joseph. And as I say, then they decided that they were going to have the son called Joseph. So it's a little bit complicated. So I'm trying to sort that all out, but good fun.